Many businesses are looking to infrastructure as a service platforms to take care of tasks that have previously been managed in the data center. There are many reasons why cloud can be an attractive option. Chief among these are quick deployment, almost infinite scalability, enormous computing power and storage on tap, high availability, and the ability to spin up services without the upfront costs. So, as cloud services improve and as in-house infrastructure reaches end of life, data center services are finding themselves moved off-site and hosted with a cloud provider. However, the pace of this migration is not as fast as you might imagine. Recent computing research found that data center services are moving out of house at a rate of around 3% per year. Of course, this is just existing services moving out of house. Many organisations will be deploying new data centre services directly into the cloud, or use cloud services as spare capacity into which they can burst at peak periods. So the real extent of infrastructure as a service uptake will be larger. IDC in fact put it at about 10% per year globally. Nevertheless, given the advantages of cloud, migration rates to infrastructure as a service and platform as a service might be expected to be greater. Unlike software as a service, which IDC says is growing at about 20% per year, moving data and infrastructure to the cloud requires careful consideration of factors such as integration with legacy platforms, latency, and regulatory compliance. And despite the economies of scale achievable with cloud-based infrastructure, it's not uncommon to hear that low initial subscription prices fail to translate into low running costs as systems scale up, sometimes quite dramatically. Then there is the issue of data sovereignty. For many organisations, personal and sensitive data simply has to be stored in-country. No ifs, no buts. And other regulations require that a data centre must be independently audited. It's no good just ticking a compliance box when you sign up and then forgetting all about it. Performance can be a critical factor too. Many cloud services struggle to offer the same data transfer speeds as an in-house system can provide, which is important for high-end transactional applications. Last but no means least, we have data security. How can we know where our sensitive data is going to end up and who will have access to it? After all, it's we who are liable, not the cloud company, when the regulators knock on the door. All of this explains the rapid rise of the hybrid cloud, by which we mean a combination of public and private cloud services. Hybrid means you can keep the sensitive stuff close to your chest while moving the rest of it to where it's easier, cheaper and more efficient to manage. With locally hosted or on-premise services, management and auditability remain under the control of the customer while also situating compute and storage physically close together. This optimises performance and minimises latency issues. Meanwhile, commodity data and applications and disaster recovery services can be run in the public cloud for maximum economy and scalability. It sounds simple enough, but then there's one bit of the puzzle still to be discussed: integration. Integrating data and applications in a hybrid architecture is where the picture can get very blurry. It can also be a source of unwanted latency and increased complexity, making management and visibility difficult. The challenge of integrating systems between platforms, especially with legacy systems, is probably the single main reason why organisations keep infrastructure and applications in-house. Cloud vendors have been working hard to address these issues. They're ironing out integration issues by building flexible infrastructures that can accommodate all the customers' needs on a unified platform, which provides full visibility across the piece.
We're seeing the next era in cloud adoption. To date, we've had huge growth in public-based cloud, which has been great for a startup, and it's been great for non-critical applications, test and dev, but limited ultimately for the enterprise. Startups have been unlimited by legacy IT, so they've had a big competitive advantage over the traditional enterprise. To survive, enterprises need that cloud advantage too, They need an environment that's fast and flexible, cost-effective, resilient and secure. The way to do this is to create a hybrid cloud environment that brings together the legacy IT with the new world of cloud. This is what I mean by the next era of cloud. But hybrid's complicated. You need to integrate, orchestrate and migrate. What do I mean by that? I mean you need to knit together the old environment with the new. You need to be able to manage that, and you need to know what to migrate and where. You also need to build a cloud environment that's visible, secure and seamless. It needs to look and feel like your own. To do that takes the right people, it takes the right knowledge and skills, people who have done it before and know how to do it. You need the right tools, you need an open architecture, and you need the right cloud infrastructure behind you. It needs to be global, and you need options in the same way you do today. What do I want to manage for myself? What do I want someone else to manage for me? You need the right partner, tools and infrastructure to get to hybrid.
With the arrival of end-to-end flexible cloud computing platforms, we can expect to see migration into the cloud accelerate as the barriers of integration, performance and control continue to evaporate.